Welcome to Best Buds Gardening. I'm Julie. Today, let's learn how to grow tomatillos in containers, seed to harvest. If you like Mexican food, tomatillos are a must-have in the garden. They're responsible for those beautiful sauces like salsa verde and tomatillo sauce with de arbol. Because of the way these guys get pollinated, you're really going to want two plants. So I've got some little cups here with drainage holes on the bottom, and this is pre-moistened seed starting mix, no fertilizer at this point. And I've pre-germinated 2 tomatillo seeds in a damp paper towel. And I know that's really hard to see. I'm gonna make teeny tiny holes in each of the cups. Tomatillo seeds aren't very big, and we don't plant them very deeply. Maybe, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch, just so shallow. I'm going to try to show you. Okay, there. Can you see the little white root growing out of the seed? So that's pre-germinated. We just drop him in the teeny tiny hole, and we cover these guys up. Now, since we pre-moistened our potting soil, we don't need to water these guys again until it starts to dry out a little bit. But don't let the seeds totally dry out. We don't want them to sit in totally dried out soil or they'll die. A few days later, our little tomatillo seedlings have hatched. We started these indoors about 4 weeks before our last frost date. You can put them in a sunny window or use a grow light. We'll let them grow until the weather has warmed to about 70 degrees in the daytime. Then we'll start to harden them off, which means slowly getting them used to being outside over about a week's time. After they're properly hardened off and the daytime temperatures are 70 to 80 degrees, we're going to transplant Mr. Tomatillo into his permanent home outside. Dig a hole deep enough for him to sit in and gently tuck him into bed. Then give him a little drink. His brother is planted in the container next to this one. Tomatillos do great in containers at least 5 gallons in size, and you want to make sure the plants are spaced 2 to 3 feet apart. Put them somewhere where they can receive 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day. Tomatillo plants grow large and like to sprawl. Tomato cages work beautifully to keep them in check. About a month after transplanting, we'll start to get blossoms. Now, I've personally never seen any pollinators on my tomatillo blossoms. There's always something in the garden with a bigger bloom that offers a bigger reward. So if you find yourself in that same position and have to self-pollinate your blossoms, here's how. Tomatillo flowers are not self-pollinating, so to get the job done, we'll tickle the inside of several blossoms, moving between the plants to spread the pollen with our finger. Pollen is most viable between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. After successful pollination, you'll see little husks growing where the flower once was, and inside you can see a little baby tomatillo starting to grow. This yellow dying husk means this flower was not properly pollinated. About a week later, our husks are growing larger, and inside you can feel the tomatillos getting a little bit bigger every day. Tomatillos are moderate feeders, so fertilize them with a water-soluble fertilizer every couple of weeks once they start fruiting. So how do you know when your tomatillos are ready for harvesting? There are 2 ways. First is that the tomatillo will fill out the husk and the husk will start to split open. The second way is if your husk is turning brown. Here's a tomatillo whose husk is starting to split, so we're going to harvest him. Hang on to your stem and pull off Mr. Tomatillo. Now, be aware, when you pull off this papery little husk, just peels right off. Tomatillos are sticky little guys. You're going to have to go wash your hands. But there you go. beautiful tomatillo. Tomatillos will keep producing until frost. Okay, you're all set. Happy tomatillo growing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss a thing.